Do most customers say yes because they are excited or just because they are afraid to miss out something?
Most customers say yes because...
What mindset mistake do most salespeople make that actually pushes a customer away from that yes?
The number one answer to that is most salespeople think when they talk, they build value.
What about the pressure?
And if you're a business person, pressure is your middle name. Your whole business is about pressure, not knowing for sure that things are going to work.
And what about the lack of clarity?
That's a training thing. Salesperson has to be clear on the product, the solution, the offering, and the support that they're going to give the customer.
What about the time where 98 to 95% customer is saying, okay, no, I don't want it. But 5% you still believe that you want that closure, how you will get convinced in that 5%?
If 95% are saying no, there's something you didn't do well earlier on.
Fix that everything in that 5%?
Yes, because if you get to the end and you're struggling, it's because you went over some things in the beginning. If you work hard in the beginning, the close is easy.
If you had to simplify closing into one sentence, what's the real reason people say yes? Welcome back to The Closing Line with Business Banking and Beyond, the podcast where we don't just chase the number, we decode the mind behind the yes. Last time we got raw about sales frustrations, the rejections, and the blame game. And the 90 days breakdown that can mentally drain even the best teams. And if you remember, we closed that episode with the truth bomb. You don't fix the close without fixing the belief. Which brings us today's focus, because here's the truth. In sales, your voice closes deals, but your mindsets open the door. So today we are not just talking script or strategies. We are getting into the mind of the buyers and the belief of the closures. The exact psychology that transforms hesitation into a yes. And to walk us through that transformation is someone who knows how to break mental patterns and build real closure. Paul, a 10x performance sales coach, now sharpening Dungar's very own sales warrior from the inside. Welcome back to the show. Always a power to have you here.
Thank you. Always a joy to be here.
Let's start. Last time we talked about a mental block and frustration. You said something very powerful behind the scene. You don't fix the close without fixing the belief. What that really means.
Oh yeah, that's a great point to start with, because if you don't have a vision, you lose everything. You lose self-belief, you lose discipline, and you fall for anything. You fall for any job, you fall for any work, you fall for any relationship if you don't have a vision. Vision is what directs your next move, especially when you're on the ground, especially when people say no to you and disappoint you. If your vision is clear, your self-belief especially is strengthened. So, and again, even in the close a lot of times has to just do with how much conviction you feel versus how much resistance the other person has. So I'm like, Jyoti, this is the right thing for you to do. You go, I don't know, I want to think about it. I'm like, Jyoti, I know you want to think about it. It's the right thing for you to do, Jyoti. I say that 8 times.
Yeah, then I will believe in
Correct.
that. Yeah.
But I cannot say that if I lack self-belief in myself or in the vision of where I'm trying to go. So that's the number one thing I will insist. Have clarity on your vision, and that will strengthen your belief systems.
But normally when we talk to the people, team members, they say they are following the vision of the employer or
Yes.
the vision
The
of
leader.
the leader.
Yes.
But how do you justify that vision for themselves, for the team member?
Yeah, that's a hard thing to do. That's the leader's most difficult task, to get alignment with your vision as the leader and the team. Right?
But Yeah, but the leader vision is always different, and the being into the sales, the team vision is already totally different.
Yeah.
The leader vision is, I know, to close maximum numbers is the overall vision of the company, but the leader comes with a different visions where, when you speak to the on ground reality, when you speak to the team leader, team member or team leader, they will
Yeah.
say, we just need to close the number. We just need our incentive. What is their vision?
Yeah.
Their, final point is.
Yeah.
So where you can align with that vision,
Yeah. Yeah.
how you
It's-
can do that.
So you look at big companies like Apple, for example, right? Amazon, Tata Motors, for example. The employees who create that business, because it's the team that makes the business.
Exactly.
They bought into the vision of the ownership in Tata. Like, we're going to do this. We're going to be the best car company or the best appliance company in the world. I know you can't see it now, but that's where we're going. What do you, Mr. Employee, think you need to contribute so we can get to this goal? First of all, is this a worthy goal? Is this like in the interview process, you have to get the person to embrace your vision. They have to buy into the fact that Dan God, right, is going to be the top company in the region to bring businesses to the UAE, right? Because if we do that, then we've become a very instrumental part in building the UAE economy. Is that a worthy task? Is that something you would dedicate your time to accomplish? Then the employee has to say yes. And then why that's a worthy task from their point of view. So it's a sales job, but it's a buying job. You can't sell it to your team. They have to buy into your vision. And the best way to do it is to make them explain why your vision is worth their time, right? It's the same thing with customers. It's so much more difficult to sell. It's so much more easy to get them to buy. And you can only do that if you ask them to make sense of your vision.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. So what's the problem is the buyer really trying to solve when they say yes? Is it always the product or something related to deeper?
That's a great question. Great question. So the buyer is always seeking a desired outcome. They're always looking at a destination, right? If I buy this watch, what am I getting from it? And it depends. It could be status. It could be just knowing the time. It could be reputation. So once you understand the buyer's desired outcome, their end result, why am I looking to come to Dubai? I could just stay in my country. Why am I looking to open up a business here? Once they make that really clear, then they'll buy it if they trust that you will get them there.
What's the emotional perspective as per the buyer? What do you think? Like
Yes.
emotionally?
Yes. Emotionally, they have to have confidence in your solution and they have to trust you.
Okay.
They have to, and by the way, you could do this quickly. You could make trust happen quickly. Yeah.
On a first call, how you think that we can just take a trust of that buyer in the first call?
You ask them, how much of what I'm sharing with you at this point do you believe is true? That one question could open up the other side. You could be like, look, you don't know me. You just met me. I've spoken to you for 5 minutes. I know you're doubting certain things. How much of what I'm telling you do you believe is true? Is it 10%? 50%? They'll be like, well, I don't know, maybe 25%. Right away, trust starts to form.
At least 20%
At
I
least
stand,
20%.
20% I started.
But the thing is, nobody asked them questions like this.
Yeah.
So now they listen to you differently.
Then the psychology part comes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And you could be like, okay, you trust me 20%. What will make it get to 50%? Do I need to show you something in writing? Then you send a text of your license. Do I need to show you what people are saying about us? Then you send a testimonial. And the more you use third party, the more it strengthens your case with them. And I mean, of course, you have to be a good relationship person. If you say, I'm calling you at 5, call at 5. If you say, I'm sending you an email after this, send the email. Do what you say you're going to do,
Okay.
right? But initially, you could ignite trust by just asking, how much of what like right now, Jyoti, how much of my answers do you believe is true?
100%.
We got trust.
We trust you. Or
Exactly, right? So you could totally use that. And a couple of things that happen. The person would laugh, don't let them brush you off. Get an answer. Honestly, how much I just met you. You think I'm maybe exaggerating? You think? Instant trust. It's not going to be fully, but you separate yourself from everybody else by being the person who can address the elephant in the room.
Okay, interesting. And what about the security and the status of the buyer when they have a first call with us? Okay, trust, emotional side. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Psychology, we are working on we are working on that time.
Yeah.
Okay, this question he asked, this answers he replied to this and this particular. Now we have to ask this and this. That psychology part, I got it. But what about the status, the company belief, the everything? Okay, that's a person he is believing in. And now what about the other thing? What about the company?
Yeah. The best way to create belief is to use external tools.
Okay.
Like third-party validation.
Okay.
If you have other people saying, man, Vanguard, they are great. I use them. They're not perfect because we're not perfect, but you could count on what they say they're going to do. They followed up with me on time. You have 8 or 9 people saying that in a testimonial video.
Yes.
It starts to increase the trust.
Okay.
Trust is more difficult if I'm asking you to trust me. Right? I could set the table, right, and create a platform where you could start trusting me. But when I bring third party, then you start going, oh, that person said this about them. That person said that. Okay. This thing is in the paper about them. Again, anything in print, if you can have things in writing, people believe it. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anything in writing. My former mentor used to do this exercise where he would say people believe what they see, not what they hear.
True.
Right? That's a true thing, right?
That's the truth.
Everybody believes what they see, not what they hear. So when you show people stuff, that's why I say every time you talk to somebody, send them a quotation. It doesn't matter if they say, no, I'm not interested. Show them in writing. Look, whenever you become interested, this is what you can expect. Just that one thing starts to make them trust you more. Right? You have something, you have a magazine thing about you, a write-up in the paper, anything. Just try this exercise. I tell you, I make up a story. Look, a guy came to Dubai, they flew in, then somebody took them on a desert safari, and then a monkey came out and bit his ear. I tell you that story, you tell it to 7 people orally. By the time it gets to the last person, it would be a completely different
story. I know. That's
people
a
somebody
game
came to
normally
Dubai,
people.
then an alien picked them up, it'll be completely different.
Yeah.
And it's because people, when they hear things, it changes. Yes.
But when they see
When
it
they
in
see
real,
it,
then it's
yes.
same.
I could write it down like I came to Dubai, and a giraffe bit my neck in Burj Khalifa, and I have it printed in the newspaper. You'll believe it. So as long as you write it in print, so show this to customers, and they'll believe everything in writing before they just believe your words.
Your words.
Yeah, so that's where that belief part comes in. Show it in writing.
So in your experience, is yes more about trust in the product or trust in the salesperson?
That's another beautiful question. It's really a combination, it's a combination. They have to trust you and they have to have confidence in the products, right? There are 7 things that must be present.
7 things.
7.
What are those 7 things?
Okay, number 1, you have to be talking to the decision maker.
Okay.
Number 2, they have to have money, financial wherewithal. Number 3, they have to be sold on the product. They have to trust that this will get them to their desired outcome. Then they have to have confidence in you. Number 4, right? Then they have to be sold on the company, right?
On the company.
Yes.
Okay.
So you, the company, and the product have to click.
Okay, that's 5.
Yes.
Other 2?
They have to have a written offer, quotation.
Quotation.
Yes.
That we are going to send. Okay.
Yes.
What else?
And then urgency.
Urgency.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
most important part.
Can we go deep into one step, decision maker?
Absolutely.
Let's start with the
Decision maker, if you're not talking to the person who can authorize anything,
It's
you're
no
wasting
use
time. It's no
wasting.
use.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So you have to have the person. Then they have to have money. They have
But
to be
how
able
to
afford
ask
it.
them whether they have the money or no? I
That's the
cannot.
thing.
Yeah.
If you ask the customer why they're looking for this solution, what they're going to benefit if they get, look, if everything works out really well, what will happen to your company? Yeah. Right? If you set up your company in Dubai and it goes really well, 12 months from now, what will your company look like? Could you have done double the revenue you did last year? Okay. If it cost you 100,000 dirhams to do this, will it be worth it? That's how you could check money. You know, you don't say it's going to be 100,000. You go, if you did this, company set up, had your banking, everything was perfect, could your company double in growth? Right now you're doing 100,000 dirhams. Could you do 200 if you did this? Yeah, how? How will that work? They will tell you, well, in Dubai, I could get 10 more clients. They'll pay me in dirham. Okay.
Exactly.
Now let me ask you this. If it cost you 100,000, will it be worth it? They could go, no, it's too much. At least now you get a sense of where they are with money, right? If they go, yeah, man, if I can make double that, it won't be too much. Now, when you show them the price at 40,000, they might still resist, but it's lower. They're not fighting you too much on price now, right? I'm going to learn how to do that when you will never reduce your price. Not with me, never.
So the salesperson will declare some of around, okay, the prices will be around this and this to, ask
to trigger, yes,
yeah,
yes.
to trigger it.
Look, from what I see, it looks like the prices could be 20, maybe 30,000. Look, worst case scenario, 50,000 dirhams. That's a lot of money. You're right, it is a lot of money. If everything was perfect, would it be worth it for you to invest 50 to make 250? Would that be worth it to you? The guy goes, yeah, but it's still too much money. I know, it's a lot of money. 50,000 is 50,000, but will it be worth it? If you gave me 50 and I gave you 250,
yeah,
could you do that over and over? Yeah, okay, good. Now we have price checked off.
Yeah.
We're not asking for 50, but we're just checking temperature to see if a 5-to-1 return makes sense. Even a 2-to-1 return. Does it make sense? If you stayed in India or you stayed in Iran or whatever, could you get 5-to-1 return like this? He says, probably not. Exactly. Sign right here, man. Let's go.
What about the belief in you, the salesperson?
Yes, the salesperson. If the salesperson doesn't sell themselves on the work they're doing, they have no belief. Right? If the salesperson doesn't say, in my own small way, I am contributing to the economy of, that's how I think of it now. I'm not just working as a coach. I'm contributing to the economy of the UAE. That's a big thing. I could trust that.
Exactly.
And so whenever I slow down or I get lazy, I'm like, you're letting somebody down. You're not doing your part. God gave you all these abilities and you're selfish. Man, go to work. So I have to do that to sell myself. That's what the salesperson has to do as well. They have to say, yes, I know there are many people doing this, but if you work with me, nobody will look after you like I will. That belief, if it's not there, the customer will sense it. And they would. So first of all, every day, salesperson has to wake up and be, I'm doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll make
They
money.
need to believe in their.
Correct. I'm doing a good thing. If they don't, just quit. Go do something else. Why are you wasting your time? Right? Time is the
Money.
Yeah, and we don't have time Before you know it, it will be 2035 and then
Time is more
2045.
precious than I think.
Way more
they're
precious.
Yeah.
So if you don't fully believe what you're doing, leave. It's okay.
Exactly.
So first
And
thing,
what-
ask yourself, is what I'm doing worthy? If it is, then go all in.
Yeah.
You'll never regret, like you guys did. I spoke to one of your staff members, Sushma, and she said she was here when it was just one office. And look at it now. I bet you went through a lot of hard times to get it to where it is. Belief. If you don't have belief, you lose everything else.
Exactly. What about the belief in company?
Yeah.
Then
I believe I'm doing a good thing for the country, and I believe my company is supporting me to do this great thing. Right? I can't do it by myself. I have to do it with the
but
help
as
of...
per the buyer perspective.
Yeah. Well, you could ask the buyer that. In sales, there's a 3 thing that is a shortcut to get truth. Product, price, or person. PPP.
3P.
Yes, 3
Okay.
Ps.
Product,
PPP.
price, and person.
Yes.
Okay.
Before going into all the next level thinking about psychology, you could just ask the customer. Customer is going, let me think about it. You go,
Exactly.
yes. You go, you should think about it, sir. Agree all the time. First rule of sales, agree. Is it the product? Do you believe if you work with Vanguard, we can get your company set up in a quick time in the best way? Do you believe that? Yeah, I like everything you told me. Okay, good. The price. I'm not saying you're going to do it, but if you really wanted to do it, can you afford this price? Yeah. The person. Am I the kind of person you would have trust to help you with this? Is Vanguard the kind of company that you would trust? If it's yes to all 3, let's go. Let's do it. That's a quick shortcut to overcome all their objections. Do you like the product? You like the price? Do you like us? So, and by the way, all these 3 have to be present. Otherwise, they will move.
Yeah. And then next one was a quotation. So you have to send the quotation in written.
Yes.
If they have something in written, they can come back to us,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
What
have
about
have you ever bought something without knowing what it costs?
No.
Exactly. You have to know what it costs. And again, people don't believe what you say. They believe what they see.
Exactly.
So show them on the paper.
Even in the online shopping also, we see the material, we see everything.
That's actually...
Then only we just add in the card,
You pull
right?
up anything online right now.
Yeah.
It shows you right there.
Description.
Price,
Description is the mode.
Correct.
Yeah.
Everything. Now, when you buy it, you go straight to the return policy and read it to see how quickly you can get it back.
Exactly. That's the main thing in e-commerce. Yeah.
Exactly. But you don't buy it unless you see what it is.
Exactly. There is a return policy I have to apply, and then only I am accepting this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We should do that here every time. Every time you talk to somebody, it could just be 2 templates. One for 1 visa free zone, another one for 1 visa mainland. Even if the guy says I'm not interested, okay, whenever you become interested, this is what you could expect. Send it. If you just did that, you'll get 2, 3, 4% business just by sending the proposal, the quotation.
And what about the last thing, urgency?
Most important.
So how you find out the urgency?
That's in the fact finding. That's in...
Fact finding.
Yes.
Okay.
Fact finding is where you try to understand what they want. I want to open my business in Dubai. How long have you wanted to do this? 1 year. What have you tried to get this done that hasn't worked? They tell you. How much has it cost you to not have it here?
So the last thing about the urgency we were talking about. So how to create that urgency, or how we should, like as a salesperson, how should I realize, okay, that's an urgent thing for that particular person?
Yeah. With urgency, you just have to get the customer to say it's costing them not to do this. They're going to do it sooner or later.
Yeah.
So let's just do it now. Right? You have to just ask questions that will make them reveal that, man, every month I don't do this costs me. It costs me time. It costs me money. And by the way, you know what? I'm going to do this. I don't want to do it now. I want to think about it, but I'll do this. Then you push them to say, let's just do it now. So you don't have to spend, it don't have to cost you money. That's how urgency is built. And so there's a series of questions you must ask. So they tell you, yeah, if I don't have to spend 10,000 dirhams every month, I'll, I'll be happy. Then you say, well, come to Dubai, Habibi. Come to Dubai, Habibi.
Nice. And what do your buyers needs to feel, not just to hear, before they commit?
Well, it's the same thing, right? They need to feel trust. They need to feel like, you know what? I haven't met this person, but there's something about his belief in his solutions.
So is information is more important before committing it, or the emotional touch with that particular salesperson is important before committing it?
Yeah, great question. Now, people buy for only two reasons. Only two reasons. They either want to solve a problem or they love the thing, right? I remember the first coaching session we had, I was talking about Hamad's shoes. And I was like, this is beautiful shoes, but he doesn't have to spend 1,000 dirhams on shoes.
Yeah.
He could just buy shoes for 50 dirhams. People will make that decision out of love. I want those shoes. Or I need to solve a problem. So the emotional side is like wants and needs. We need food, clothing, water. But we want gold and we want business class travel or first class travel. We don't need it, but we want it. So the emotional side is the love side. And then the logical side, the thinking side, is the solve a problem side. Both are required. A good way to test is to ask one question, and we're going to practice it here. How do you make sense of spending $50,000 on your business? Right? How can you justify spending $50,000 on your business? Any business person will give you a long list of answers. Well, if I did that, I could open this and do this and do this. Okay, good. You want to do the business now? You want to sign up? Visa, MasterCard, or Amex, right? So you make them, instead of you saying, it's only 50,000 will help you, you could lead with a question. How do you justify investing 50,000 for your business? Then when he answers, he tells you why this is valuable to him. So you can use that route. And again, we'll practice this a lot. You can use that route.
People normally get confused between want and need. This is a normal problem.
So you ask them, Ms. Jyoti, is there a difference between want and need? You go, yes. What's the difference? Don't say it. Ask them, what's the difference? They're going to say, well, want is this, need is this. Then you go, is this something you want or is this something you need?
Need, yeah.
You guide them to make their own conclusions. They go, well, I want it. Why? Or I need it. Why? And then at the end, you close. But you don't preach. You just go, is there a difference between this and this? Yes. What's the difference? Okay. Do you want this or do you need this? They'll close themselves.
And how sales is a feeling game?
It is a feeling game. It's a transfer of energy.
Wow.
Right? It's me.
So energy is everywhere.
Energy is everywhere.
You have to attract the customer with the energy.
That's correct. Right? Like Sharon was in the office a few minutes ago and he was basically saying, man, there's this energy that you bring and all week I feel it, like I'm excited.
Yeah.
And it's just me smiling and being encouraging. You got this. You will do it. Initially, the skeptic will say, I don't like this, too much positivity. I have family members in England, my first cousins, and every time I run into them, they're like, you Americans, you don't infect me with your positivity. Because the English are very like, great, the weather's terrible, they're always like, oh, la, la. And I come in, I'm like, hey, so good to see you, Uncle Johnny. And he's like, don't infect me with your positivity. all energy. 2 hours later, he's laughing, we're having fun. When I leave, 1 week later, he's like, man, I kind of miss you, man. He never admits that I miss you. He goes, I kind of miss you. I'm like, admit it, you miss me. And so that's sales.
I guess positivity is rare nowadays
It
and
is.
negativity is normal.
Exactly. Exactly. And everybody flocks to negativity.
Exactly.
So when they see you positive, first, they don't trust you.
Something fishy about this person.
Correct. Correct. Like, why are you so
he or
happy?
she is
Yes.
so happy?
Yes. Then after a while, they start going, I like that. Then they start trying to be like that, and that's life. First, you see what you want to do, they ridicule you. Then they laugh at you. Then they start to admire you. Then they want to copy you. And so that's the path. And so, yeah, it's energy. I'm going to convince you to buy this pen. But I don't need a pen. I know you don't need a pen, but I'm telling you, this pen,
You
oh
will
my
miss
God.
the deal.
Yes.
You will miss
After
the
a
deal.
while, you start thinking, that pen is not so bad. I just transferred energy to you. It's the same pen like that one and that one.
Okay, let's talk about the buyer resistance normally, like how they resist. So do you want to put some example before we start with the questions?
Absolutely. It could be at the beginning of the call. I'm not interested. Right now, there is a difference between an objection and a complaint. Right? A huge difference.
What about the hidden doubts of the customer?
Oh yeah. That's the most dangerous one. The one, and again, there were three kinds of yeses. There is the counterfeit yes, the lie. He just goes, yeah, but it has no intention of doing it. Right? There is the counterfeit yes, the agreement yes, which is like the confirmation yes. It's just going, are we gonna go out tomorrow? Yeah, we'll go out. I'm just confirming what you're saying. I have no plans of doing it. Those two yeses are fake yeses.
Fake yes.
Then there is the confirmation yes, I will do it. They all sound the same, but you have to know which one is which one. Right? And
so judgment has to be there, like how
yes,
you are judging the replies of that particular.
correct. But you could also seek validation. You could also make them tell you whether this is a lie yes or a true yes.
True yes.
Yeah. And a very easy way to do it is to ask the customer, is there any reason you'll change your mind? Or friend or family. Look, tomorrow we're going to go watch the movie. Done. No problem. Man, I don't know. Are you going to be there? I'll be there.
Yeah.
Is there any reason you won't come to watch the movie with me tomorrow? Now they stop and they go, most of the time, they go, you know what? I'm just saying it because I don't want to be mean. I have no plans of going to the movie. Like, you could actually bring that out. Or the customer could actually say, you know what? No. I still want to think about it. Or you could say, are you just saying that to be nice to me? Yeah. It's a nice way of being pushy without being pushy. Is this just a polite way to say no? What do you mean? I mean, the way you said yes, I don't know. I feel like something will come up tomorrow.
It's dicey, yeah.
It's dicey, correct. Most people would stop and respond to you. Most people. You still have one or two that would just lie. But most people would be like, you know what, Jyoti, you're right. And in that exchange, trust is built again. Yeah.
And when a buyer says, I need to think about it, what's the real fear behind that delay?
Yeah. They don't trust. They don't trust everything. They don't trust your solution. They don't trust you. They don't trust the company. They don't trust. It could be a variety of things. It could be a stall. It's not, you don't have their attention. They're not thinking about it seriously. And that's because you didn't do it. Or
sometimes they are just the mystery shoppers.
It's right. That's correct. That's correct.
As a salesperson, I have to take something positive from my side. Yeah. That can be a mystery shop.
True. You're right. Now, if you know how to sell, you would bring out that thing. Like I've mystery shopped a lot, and the customer the salesperson should ask me, like, when you say you want to think about it, because at the end, there are three things you're going to always have to think about. Number
Okay, what?
one, does this product, you go back to PPP, does this product work for me? Does it work for you, sir? Yeah. Number two, price, can you afford it? Yeah. Number three, do you like us? From the 3 minutes on the phone talking to you, do you trust me? I could make the customer tell me the truth about these things.
But about this thing, like they want to think and get back to us related to that, uh, people actually come with the different things. Okay, they have a different mindsets because they have done their mystery shopping. I mean, they have done or called multiple consultants. Now they will see, okay, this person told me this person told me this person told me this. Now they are coming after 3 consultants, they are coming to you. So how to build that trust with that particular person, because they were the mix things when
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. 100%. That's a great question. And that's what happens very typically in sales
Yeah.
cycles.
Yeah.
So one of the first things in my opening questions is, what do you like most about the research you've done so far when it comes to opening up your company? Not, have you done research? What did you think of the, not that, more like, what do you like about the research, right? Or what don't you like about the research you've done so far?
Okay.
That could be an opening question. And I hear you're looking to open a business here. That's great. I'll help you with that. By the way, what sort of research have you done, and what do you like most about the research? They will tell you, well, I've looked at this, the price is this, the price is that. Then I could be like, wow, you've actually spoken to other people. Why did you do it with them? Why are you still looking for a solution? Like, I'm going straight to the neck. I'm going straight to the core. You've already done this. What about those people made you feel like you needed more information? Why are you still looking for a solution? Because it sounds like you know everything from what you're telling me. They'll tell you, it's too much money. Then I can go back to, is it worth it if you did this and you had this kind of revenue, will it be worth the money? But initially, the fact finding is the most important part of the sales process. And we're going to break that down here.
Okay.
Because if you don't do the fact finding well, there's no close.
So there are all the questions in the fact finding.
Yes. Fact finding has to be like 14 to 15 questions.
I think audience will give you that thing. Like, okay, come coach our team to have that fact finding
That's it.
questions. We will not reveal it here.
No. Fact finding is there's a cost
Important
to
for-
that. Yes.
They have to pay and then we will release.
Yes. Because if you don't, there's the 5 steps. You greet the person, you start fact finding. You understand why they want what they want. What sort of outcome do they want to get? Then you demonstrate your solution.
Yeah.
Not based on what you have, but based on what they tell you they want. Most of the time, especially in real estate, people go, I love this property. It's in this location. It's 10 minutes to the Burj Khalifa. Customer doesn't care.
I know.
Customer just cares about a great view. So all you have to present is the view. But real estate people, they want to tell you about the development, this. That's important. But I'll spend
But the
90
secondary.
minutes. Correct. Exactly. I'll spend 90 minutes on what the customer told me they liked from my fact finding, and then 10 minutes on other things on the side.
Hmm.
Then after that, you give them the quotation. This is the price. This is it. Then close. You want to sign? Let's get started. Book it. So that's the sales process.
What are the hidden objections which normally buyers have?
Oh, those are the good ones. So
Just 5 hidden questions or 5 hidden objections.
yes, so hidden objections, right, is complaint versus objection. Okay, let me go out of business. Somebody's going to date a girl, right? He asked the girl out for dinner or for coffee. The girl goes, "You're too short." Or she tells her friends, "I don't like him because he's too short." Is that a complaint or an objection?
Objection, I guess.
It's a complaint. So what, I'm short? So is there anything else you don't like about me? It's just a complaint. If I go, it's too hot in Dubai today, do you try to fix the weather? Exactly. I'm just complaining. And by the way, we complain about everything. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it's already time to wake up. We always complain. So one of the rules in handling objections is to treat every objection like a complaint until it's a real objection. Like the customer could say, I don't have money, and they don't have money. That's real. But if they say, it's not in my budget, right away, I know that they spend money all the time. That's why they have to be on a budget.
Yeah.
Right? You don't go on a budget unless you spend too much money. That's why you have to control how you spend. So all I'm saying is, man, they bought that necklace, they bought this bracelet, they did her hair. Oh, I'm going to sell her too.
Yeah.
Right? So complaint objection is the number one thing you have to know how to differentiate. Otherwise, you get caught chasing silly things like it's too hot or I don't like green. Like those are just complaints.
I know. I have felt one objection every time. I'll check with my spouse and come back to you.
Oh, I love that. I love that objection. The way I'll handle that is I'll be like, no problem. You should check with your spouse. When you check with your spouse, is it a permission thing? Like, honey, can we do this? Or is it a decision thing? Honey, this is what we're going to do. And when the person responds, then I will reframe it to speak about leadership, right? The leader is the person who takes ownership, who carries the crown, who wears the crown. That's the person who, because in the end, whose responsibility is it to do all these things for the family? Is it you or your spouse? If the person says, it's my responsibility to do this for the family, okay, good. So what kind of person do you want to be? The person who takes control and looks after their family, or the person who always goes for permission?
So again, the decision making comes the part, like
Correct.
Like the decision.
But again, that's a long conversation. We have to be in a dialogue for me to tell the person, stop pushing responsibility to somebody else. You're the leader. This is your job to take care of your family. Do you want to do that or not? So, but it's a whole long process in the mind of how to meander around these things. In the end, though, the person is just hesitant because they are afraid of making a bad decision, and they are afraid of taking full responsibility that if this doesn't work, it's because I did it, right? It's not even you, it's them. They're afraid of themselves.
Do most customers say yes because they are excited or just because they are afraid to miss out something?
Oh, that's great. That's a good question. I think when you think of wants versus needs, right? Most customers say yes because they have trusted that you can get them what they want and what they need. When they buy the product and they use it, then the excitement comes. But even when they say yes, there is still some, because we live in a very negative world. We do. We live in a negative world, and most of us react to negativity before positivity. So a lot of times people say yes and they cross their fingers and hope that it works.
Yeah.
The way you could make them gain more belief is little things like follow-up. After the business is done, follow-up is even more important. Just a quick follow-up like, thank you for trusting us today. Thank you for trusting me today. I will never let you down. Anything you need, let me know.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Those little things would start getting them excited. But at the point of sale, I think they just feel like, well, this is going to work. I can afford it. And I like Jyoti. So let's see what happens. Right? That's like 50%. Then when you start following up, then they start going, oh man, I made a great decision. It was a good choice, a good decision to work with, thank God.
Nice. Okay. Let's understand our role now as a seller perspective. We have understood the buyer's perspective, like what their mentality, what about the psychology, what we can work on it.
Yeah.
What mindset mistake do most salespeople make that actually pushes a customer away from that yes?
Beautiful question. The number one answer to that is most salespeople think when they talk, they build value. But talking doesn't build any value. Talking is just talk. But most salespeople think when they're telling you about the thing,
Everything, they are just trusting you.
correct.
But that's not true.
Exactly. Talk doesn't raise value at all. So the more you talk, the more the customer does this, the more you're trying to sell them and they don't believe you. You have to lead with questions. And when you make them to talk, then they believe your conclusions because they solve the problem for themselves. And
What
then you
about
go,
the pressure?
sorry?
What about the pressure?
Well, pressure is a feeling, right? Pressure is what you feel. A lot of people feel pressure because they are postponing a decision. Do this now. They know they're going to do it. They know they have to do it. And yet they delay the decision. It's them who's feeling pressure. It's not you. The way I handle pressure is like, I tell the customer, I'm like, are you feeling pressure? They go, yeah, I don't like when people put pressure on me. I'm like, you know why you're feeling pressure? Because you know you have to do this. You know you need to do this. You know your company is costing your company money not to do this. And yet you don't want to do it. That's why you're feeling pressure. Am I right?
I guess when the pressure is more, the stress is more, you become more creative.
That's right.
The pressure is good in that sense.
Absolutely. But especially for business people, I always take people back to their present condition because we are all creatures of habit. We always behave how we behaved in the past. And if you're a business person, pressure is your middle name. Your whole business is about pressure, not knowing for sure that things are going to work. You know, if I put money here, will I make the money back? If I do this, will I? That's a business person's life. So now you're in front of me and you're telling me you don't want me to pressure you. It's a contradiction. You live in pressure.
Yeah.
The only reason you're telling me you don't want me to pressure you is because you don't want to make a decision you know you have to make. That's it.
What about the fear?
Yes, I mean, the fear comes back to the trust.
Salesperson fear.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't trust you. I don't know you. I kind of want a guarantee that you're not going to hurt me. But the way to handle that is to ask the person to become the guarantee, right? If you're sick, you go to the doctor's office, they give you medicine. There's no guarantee you're going to get well, but you trust them and you take the medicine, right? So you're always relying on somebody else to take ownership of your life. No. Now, put on the pants, be the big boy or the big girl, and become the guarantee. Everybody who tries to do something in life goes through this. So there are two people. One person waits until everything is perfect before they move. The other person decides, I'm going to become resourceful and go. Which one do you want to be? That could be a question you ask the customer. Which of those two people do you think will get to the destination faster? Okay, good. Which one do you want to be? They're always going to say, I want to be the one who goes. All right, side here, side here, side here. Let's do this. So you would activate this accountability thing. I'm going to hold you accountable, right? I'm just not going to let you do the things you've always done and get the results you've always gotten. We'll have to move somewhere else to get a different kind of result. So that's what I'll do.
And what about the lack of clarity?
Well, that's the salesperson's.
Yeah, we are talking about the salesperson. So what is the
Yeah.
lack of clarity?
Yeah. That's a training thing. Salesperson has to be clear on the product, on the solution, the offering, and the support that they're going to give the customer. And these are all things that instead of pitching, I will ask the customer, right? Is it the product? Is it a time thing? You don't want to do it now because you want to think about it. Is it that you're not clear about something? What can I do? What's a good question to ask a buyer is, what's one reason you will do this now? Right? Because their answer will tell you what's important to them. Or what's one reason you will not do this now? You could just cut everything else and just go to those questions. They'll tell you so much more about how they think, what they're afraid of, and what they want to accomplish. What's one reason? Listen, from everything I've told you, what's one reason you'll do this right now? Okay, good. What's one reason you will not do this right now?
Do and don'ts are same time.
Yes. They'll tell you both sides, and from their answers, you could just use it to close them.
Is closing a logical move or an emotional stress-free?
Oh, that's great because
Stress release, I guess. Yeah.
yes, sales is emotional. Selling is emotional. I watched this. I had this great food. I went to Bombay Bungalow, and this is a true thing. I went to this restaurant. It's fantastic. So I'm telling you, I went there. The food is good. That's all emotional. Then closing is logical.
Okay.
Closing is where I make you make sense of coming to the restaurant.
So how to take that yes emotionally without being so pushy?
It's where you ask the question, have you seen enough to make a decision? Have I shown you enough to...
Emotionally.
Yeah, emotionally
That's
is...
more on logical part, but emotionally.
Emotionally is, let's say we're talking about using Thank God, right? And I'm asking you, why would you even consider setting up a business in Dubai? The more you talk about it, I'll go deeper into it. 5 years from now, what will make you look back and say, the best decision I made was talking to Dan God? I can get the person to tell me, oh, 1 year from now, you have your business, it's operational, you're running. What's something that, if you look back, could make you say, you know what, working with Dan God was the best decision I made? All emotional. Then at the end, I go, I've shown you everything. Does this make sense? Does this make sense to do this with us? Or do you need any more information to decide what to do? So emotional side is, tell me, let's dream. What's the biggest thing that you will accomplish if you worked with us? What's best case scenario? What don't you want in this relationship? What would you love to have in this relationship? All emotion. So both work together. If you have one without the other, it's not going to work. If you have no emotion and try to do all logic, all thinking, it won't work. You have only emotion, they could be like, I want to come to Dubai and make 5 billion dirhams. How do you make sense of that? Well, actually, I don't. It's not going to work. They can't close. So it's a mix. But the emotion comes before the logic.
Logical.
Yeah.
Okay. So so far we have discussed about the buyer point of view, the seller point of view. Let's see it how you transform the journey with the live example of Tangad. So I have some questions. You have coached sales team across industries. When does a team start getting mere yeses consistently?
Okay. It goes back to belief, right? It goes back. That's why mindset is one of the most important parts of this whole thing. It goes back to you just believing that your work is good. Not just good, the best. You're making the best contribution to everybody's life that you meet. You're going to start getting more yeses when you have that belief and you have a system. You have a system that you follow. You guys do a great job. Rose does a great job at having all this.
First, you have to convince with the something, then only you can convince the other.
That's correct. Yes, you have to close yourself
first.
You have to convince yourself that you're doing the right thing. Then you have to have a process that you show the customer.
Yes, exactly.
And then believe that they'll get the best from you. So the most difficult thing in sales for salespeople is to convince themselves, is to sell themselves. If you cannot sell yourself, you're not going to sell anybody. So first, sell yourself on what you're doing, what the company is doing, and how it benefits the marketplace. Then you could talk to somebody and sell them.
And what changes inside them when you are coaching them?
Well, Most people know what they don't know. Most people know what they know. And most people don't know what they don't know.
Interesting.
Right. So it's like iPhone. Before the iPhones came, nobody thought we needed phones that had video or could play music. A phone was just a phone. Make a call. And it turns out we need this kind of phones. We did not know what we did not know. The same thing in sales. Most people, their minds, in sales, most people, their minds are in their way, right? They have limiting beliefs. Most people go, I say, try this. The immediate response is, but what if blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
right?
What if?
Correct.
That's the main problem. What if?
That's the main problem.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for ways that it will not go well. They're looking for ways that it might go wrong instead of looking for ways that it will go right. So it's limiting beliefs. It's
Mindset.
not knowing its mindset. And it's not knowing that this could actually work. It's worked before. It's just that I've never heard it like this. That's why I'm doubting it. Here's the belief.
The behavior also.
The behavior also. Yeah. Well, if you don't believe, you're not going to do the behavior. Yeah. If you don't believe, you always retreat. Like if I tell you, ask the customer, do you trust me? And you go, what if he says no?
What
Then,
will be my next move?
correct, right? But just asking the customer, do you trust me? Instantly makes the customer trust you a little bit. Because very few people are afraid of asking that kind of question. So if you ask it, first of all, the customer, you get his attention. He's like, what? I can't believe you just asked me that question. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I kind of believe you. And right away, you are more engaged than the other person who is afraid of the question. But most people will go, I don't know. What if it doesn't work? And my position as a coach is do it. My job is to make sure you do it. Do it. Then we'll talk tomorrow about the results. So not knowing what you don't know is one of the biggest challenges that people have.
Okay. And is yes is about solving the problem or helping with some solution?
Yes is a variety of things. Yes is about fear of missing out. Yes is about solving the problem. Yes is about taking action because if they delay action, it's going to cost money. Yes is about liking you and trusting you. But for the most part, people are driven by the fear of loss, right? People are driven by negative things more than positive things, right? So if you make me see that not doing this might cause me to lose, I hesitate. I want to do it. If you show me that doing this is going to make me happy and this is that, I might be like, oh, let me think about it. So the fear of loss is typically what makes the yes in most cases come up.
Mostly the emotional.
Mostly the emotional. That's why in fact finding, you have to ask questions that make them realize that if I don't do this,
I'll lose something.
I lose a lot. In fact, every day I don't do this, I lose something.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's how it comes out. In fact finding, you cannot tell them this, make them tell you. So you have to ask good questions to make sure they highlight, man, I don't want to lose this.
Out of curiosity, I'm just asking you one thing out of the topic. Do you think the AI is going to change the salesperson thinking because everybody is depending on chat GPT, AI
Yeah.
nowadays? What do you think about the salesperson, how they are going to
I personally love AI. I think AI will help us learn the words or the sort of sentences to use. But I think AI will also provide a big opportunity because I think AI will make customers really rely on good salespeople. Because now it's getting to the point where you don't trust anything. Is this real? Is this AI? So the professional salesperson is going to be so relied on because people will be tired of you of being confused with the computer. They're going to be like, oh man, finally, a person who knows what they know and is good at communicating. So people are afraid of AI. I love AI. It's going to teach us how to communicate slightly better with words, technical things. But that human to human touch, I think is going to be elevated because the AI thing now is so prevalent, and 5 years from now is going to become even more prevalent where people are going to crave human to human interaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's move with the live example. Without naming the names, can you share a moment where Dangad team members broke through mentally and it led to a successful close?
Absolutely. And these are from very new people,
Okay.
right? People who've been here for a month, right? I don't know his name, but this guy is new.
I don't want to name them.
Okay. 13,000 came in. And him and I spoke, I would say 2 days before the money came in, where I was just saying, follow up.
Yeah.
And his number one objection was, it's too much. I don't want to do 2 follow-ups in one day. I was like, do it. Don't follow up asking for the business. Follow up as a value add to the customer. So maybe you send a video just showing Vanguard offices. Then you send a video of some economic data saying the economy in Dubai is expanding. And if you come here, you could see this kind of returns. He did what he did with the follow-up, and he ended up getting a deal for 13,000. Now his confidence goes up, his trust goes up, and he wants to do more.
So the confidence he gained in that particular time period.
Yes, that was the biggest commission. It wasn't even the money he will make.
Yeah,
but it's the
that's a confidence he
Yes.
can.
Now he knows that he could do more of this. It works. And he's been here for a month, maybe a month and a half.
For someone new listening, what are your 3 golden rules for closing that you bought from 10x system into Dangad?
3 golden rules. Number 1, attitude is senior to everything. Number 1. Attitude. That's going to determine everything in your life. Service is senior to selling. If you serve, the sale comes. Right? That's number 2. And then number 3, it's really just that push to ask one more time. Right? If you believe that you have the best solution, ask for the sale, ask for the business, ask for the appointment, ask for the Zoom call. Just ask one more time.
That one more push, one more
Yes,
time.
one more time. What that does is it shows that your belief is here and their resistance is here. So the more you believe something, the more they start believing you.
What about the time where 98 to 95% customer is saying, okay, no, I don't want it. But 5% you still believe that you want that closure, how you will get convinced in that 5%?
If 95% are saying no, there's something you didn't do well earlier on, right?
Fix that everything in that 5%?
Yes, because if you get to the end and you're struggling, it's because you went over some things in the beginning, right? Excuse me. If you work hard in the beginning, the close is easy. If the close becomes difficult, it's because in the beginning, you didn't ask enough fact-finding questions. You asked maybe 3 questions and started pitching. You didn't really understand what's their number one reason for buying from you. You didn't really understand it. Some people want to buy to solve a problem because they need it. Some people want to buy for status, for legacy, because they want it.
Wanted.
So you didn't make them really understand what they want. In the end, they give you a hard time.
Let's end on the fire with just last two questions. We'll have the mic drop moment
Okay.
this time. Okay, what's the one mental switch a closer should flip every single morning before they make the first call?
Okay, beautiful. So your purpose is your pitch to yourself.
Wow.
Okay. Yes.
Amazing.
When you are clear about your purpose, that's you basically pitching yourself. So every morning, just pitch yourself by remembering your purpose.
Amazing. Good one. Good one. Okay, if you had to simplify closing into one sentence, what's the real reason people say yes? I have started.
Closing into one sentence, it comes down to service, right? Service is why sales works.
One sentence.
Yes. Service is why sales work. We sell by being of service. That's it. I take care of you and then you agree to the sale. So service is why sales works. You're not a salesperson, you're a service provider.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. As always is. It's a beautiful time when I'm here. So I appreciate you just
Pleasure is
having
all
me
here.
come through.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rejection might start the game, but psychology closes it. That was Paul breaking down the study of the yes with the us. And if you are still stuck in the frustration phase, go back, listen again. Next time, we will explore something wild. How your follow-up strategy says more about your belief in yourself and then your clients. Until then, close strong, think bigger.